All right, folks, it's a beautiful day at the old ballpark, so put your mustard on that dog, grab that bag of peanuts, sip that cold one, and let's meet our Tiger of the Day.
Today's Tiger video is Ray Boone. He is represented by a 1958 Topps, base card number 185, with an on-card auto, slabbed by stats grading. If I say 1950s Detroit Tigers, you probably think of Al Kaline, but there's another name from that era that deserves a spotlight. Ray Boone, the midseason pickup who turned into a clutch, RBI piling, grand slam launching fan favorite. And here's the wild part. His Detroit run starts with a trade, a position change, and then instant fireworks. Today, Ray Boone's Detroit Tigers story, from a June arrival to all-star moments and an RBI crown. Ray Boone came up with Cleveland, but in 1953 everything changed. The Tigers made a deal on June 15, 1953, and Boone arrived in Detroit with something to prove. Detroit didn't just add a player, they reinvented him. Manager Fred Hutchinson put Boone at third base right away, and Boone responded immediately. Boone's 1953 Detroit numbers don't look real if you don't know the context. He only played 101 games as a Tiger that season, and still hit .312 with 22 home runs and 93 RBIs. That's carry the lineup production, especially for a guy who joined midstream. But the headline? Boone tied a major league record, at the time, by hitting 4 grand slams in one season. Imagine being a Tigers fan that summer. Every big spot felt like Boone might break the game open with one swing. In 1954, Boone wasn't just productive, he was popular. Fans voted him the starting third baseman for the All-Star game, in Cleveland of all places. And then he delivered. Boone homered in the 1954 All-Star game. That's a moment Tigers fans could hang on to. Boone stepping into the national spotlight and making noise. He finished 1954 hitting .295 with 20 homers and 85 RBI. Detroit had itself a real cornerstone at third base. Now 1955 is the year that shows what kind of grinder Boone was. He dealt with aching knees. Doctors found calcium deposits, and it became an issue that followed him for the rest of his career. But despite the pain, Boone fought through a slow start and still ended up tying for the American League RBI lead with 116, while batting .284. That's not just good season territory. That's league leader, heart of the order, you better pitch carefully territory. Boone came back strong in 1956 with another all-star selection. So in Detroit, Boone wasn't a one-year wonder. He gave the Tigers multiple seasons of legitimate star-level production while fighting a physical problem that would have derailed a lot of players. By 1957, Detroit shifted Boone to first base to reduce the wear and tear on his knees. It was a practical move. Keep the bat in the lineup, protect the body. But Boone's Detroit chapter was nearing its end. In 1958, he started the season with the Tigers. Then, on June 15, 1958, Detroit traded him to the White Sox as part of a deal that brought Tito Francona and Bill Fisher back to Detroit. And just like that, one of the Tigers' most productive bats of the 1950s had his Detroit story closed. Ray Boone's time in Detroit is a reminder that baseball history is full of stars who don't get talked about enough. He gave Detroit a mid-season jolt in 1953 that turned into a thunderous breakout, all-star recognition, an RBI crown, and years of reliable power, often while playing through serious knee pain. And beyond the numbers, he's also the patriarch of a baseball family that made history. 3 generations in the majors, with all-stars in every generation. If you enjoyed this deep dive Ray Boone Tiger story, drop a like, subscribe, and comment.